This is Kat Kerr on the right, weather warrior, self-proclaimed weather warrior, prophet of Trump. And man, she just goes all in for Donald Trump. It's wild. This is the day of the election, by the way. So it's like 2 p.m. on election day or something. They didn't realize Trump was going to win, but you know, she prophesized it, of course, and prophesized all kinds of other stuff. Just give this a listen.
Yeah.
The other thing they've been doing all along is they make criminal laws legal.
She didn't define they, by the way, but she means Democrats, of course.
I don't know how else to put it. They'll take crimes and make them
They.
legally okay. And yet they'll take innocent.
They. Notice this? She's sticking it in there everywhere. Who is they? Who is it that's making crime legal? Who is it that's, and I'm not even joking, I'm not being hyperbolic here, sticking straws in babies like they're a Capri Sun and drinking their blood? Who is doing that? Who is they in that scenario? Like, she just says it. She just says they and assumes everybody knows who she's talking about here. Me and you, in all seriousness.
They'll take crimes and make them legally okay. And yet they'll take innocent people, just innocent people, have been thrown into prison.
Who? She's probably talking about the January 6th people. Kat, bad news for you. They weren't innocent. They were violent offenders, most of them. The ones that were not violent but are still in prison are the ones that planned it, like the Proud Boys leader and stuff. So.
And in jail. With made up things. Of course, they're really good at lying, but hey, they serve the father of lies, right?
They, again.
And so these courts, and God's going to judge these judges and all these people, these wicked people running these courts are being empowered. They've sold out to the wicked and the evil. They've been unjustly putting people in jail and in prison that are innocent people.
Who is going to jail? I mean, let's just pretend for a second she's not talking about the January 6th people. Who is going to jail? Who is not supposed to go to jail? That's for political reasons. Who on Kat Kerr's side is going to jail for their religion or for their support of Trump? I'll take any name.
Even Trump is innocent of all the stuff. Could you imagine having one person doing the kind of crimes they have made up about him?
I love it, dude. You catching this? Oh my God, I love it.
Innocent of all the stuff. Could you imagine having one person doing the kind of crimes they have made up about him?
Yeah.
And they want to put him, they're so terrified of him.
That's so funny. I love that. She's like this close to self-awareness. Yeah, I can imagine if one person did all those crimes, actually. Oh my God, the delusion is strong with her. Check out like a couple other clips I caught throughout this live stream.
He doesn't want to be Pastor Trump.
Yeah,
we need him to be that leader of this country and do what God made him to do.
What God made him to do. She's saying that he's a prophet or a Messiah. She believes that. She believes that he is a Messiah. And I could prove it, but I don't want to go down that road right now. I talked about the Trump theology on my main channel recently. Just check that one out if you're curious.
No, he doesn't. And I know people shout, you're the greatest person in the world. I've actually heard him say this, but you're the greatest person in existence right now. And he'll say in the microphone, no, I'm not.
Donald Trump? We're talking about the same guy? You're telling me you have heard somebody yell out to Trump, you're the greatest person in the world, and he responds, no, I'm not. I don't believe you. I'm going to need video evidence on that one.
No, I'm not.
That's good.
I'm not the greatest person in the world. And they'll yell, well, who is he? He'll say, he is Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God.
She can't just leave it at that. She has to make it even more insane. Of course he hasn't said that. I'm not even convinced the dude's a Christian, truthfully. I think he's a Trumpin or a Trumple. He's all about himself. That's it. I was thinking about this earlier, like it's kind of a psychological thought experiment or whatever, where people say nuclear weapons destroy things completely. They have the potential to destroy the planet. So the president should have to dig the button out of his best friend's chest to launch a nuclear weapon. And I got to thinking, who is Trump's best friend? It's him. He is his best friend. Seriously, who else? Does he have a best friend? I don't think he does. He just uses people. God, and the view that she has of him is nothing short of delusional. Like, I don't know what other word to use here.
Love it.
He is over all. And he knows that. He knows that. That irritates and terrifies the wicked.
Now, us, we are the wicked in her mind. That irritates and terrifies us. Now, what is it that irritates and terrifies me?
And he knows that. He knows that. That
He knows that Jesus is king, is what you're telling me?
irritates and terrifies the wicked. It makes him more wicked. Now he's got God. It's even worse.
But he doesn't have God, is the thing, Kat. Look, I can't believe somebody is arguing that Trump is like this hardcore Jesus lover or something. This is wild.
No, it's better. So I just know the things that are going to happen will be justice, liberty, and freedom.
Oh, she wants justice, liberty, and freedom. Okay, put a pin in that. We'll come back to it.
Write it down somewhere. Write it down. It's
I will.
going to happen. Justice, liberty, and freedom is coming. All those who have stolen the offices that they're sitting in will be taken away. Some will they'll be tried for criminal acts, traitorism. You know,
Traitorism. That's a new one.
they became traitors to this country.
You mean treason?
They came against everything the country stands for. They should have found another country they wanted to go to that was already in that position.
Yeah, Democrats. Should have gone to a different country. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, so she told us that she stands for liberty, justice, and freedom, right? Let's just listen to a little more of this.
You have no power in you. If you think you're fighting us, you are fighting God himself, and you won't win. You're already losers because you chose death. God said, this day I offer you life and death. Choose life. Well, you wicked, evil people, Democrats, I hope you're still leaving that party. You shouldn't want to be a part of what they're planning.
So you are a wicked, evil person if you're still in the Democratic Party. Holy sh**.
You won't have a place to live either.
You won't have a place to live.
They want your land, your money, your buildings. They want your family. They want your children.
Who is they?
They want what Satan wants. Don't stand with them. You don't want to go down in history as being one of the worst people on the earth. What kind of a thing is that to leave for your family?
God, the irony is just off the charts. You don't want to go down in history as being a terrible person. What kind of legacy is that to leave your kids? Oh my God, dude. Is anything gonna penetrate that thick skull of hers?
One of the worst people on the earth. What kind of a thing is that to leave for your family, for your children, for your grandchildren? Yeah. You won't have a legacy because you won't be here. Satan does not care about you. He is using you, and when he's done, he'll kill you and take you to hell. And Hitler is still on a meat hook in hell.
Wow, that went from 0 to 100 pretty quickly. Actually, I guess it went from 90 to 100. She's screaming at people right now. She's screaming at us, of course, as Democrats, quote unquote, or Demoncrats, or whatever the hell. Demon rats. I don't know what they're calling us nowadays. Like, anybody who is to the left of pushing the policy of hunting the homeless for sport, anybody to the left of that is a demon rat, I guess, in their mind.
Hell.
I mean, you literally saw that.
Taking over Germany, he also had that same spirit in him. He wanted the world. Did he get it? No. He didn't get it, and you won't get it either.
She's talking to us, of course, because we want the world, you see. But we won't get the world because just as, because we're acting like Hitler right now, you see, on the left. And Hitler tried to take the world, and he failed, so we're going to fail too. Wow, dude. She's gone. Is there anything knocking around up there? Anything?
God is in charge of this world. We, the believers, we have authority to speak into the realm. We're kings and priests unto our God. That is a spiritual level of authority and dominion. And you won't get past them, let alone the people in the mountains. You start after them and they'll shoot your eye out 500 yards away.
Why would she even bring that up? What is she talking about? She thinks that I'm coming for her or something? Who is coming for these mountain people or whatever the hell? What does she think we're going to their house to do? I don't understand. To what? Pet their cats? Like, what does she think we're going to their house to do?
This is from God himself.
Oh, God said this, you see. Okay. Because God, you know, he wouldn't smite you if you come after the mountain people. He would let them smite you, because that's definitely his way, because he loves murder, you see.
They'll never get them. They'll never be able to find them.
I don't, like, why? Why would anybody try? What are you talking about? She lives in a delusion. I'm telling you. This is not normal. Yeah, I have a brother with what is effectively schizophrenia. It's more complicated than that, but I've seen delusion. Delusion is a medical term and doesn't apply to just everything. Delusion is holding false beliefs or judgments about external reality that are held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, typically as a symptom of a mental condition. That's the only thing that qualifier at the end that makes this not a delusion technically, because this isn't a symptom of a mental condition. There are a ton of MAGA nutcases that believe all this stuff about, like, Democrats coming for your kids and drinking baby blood and all this other crazy stuff. And it's not mental illness that's causing this. It's just a strongly held belief, but it is indistinguishable from mental illness at this point. This is nuts.
And if I were you, I'd drop that whole thing, because your little gizmo you got where you're destroying parts of America everywhere.
Gizmo? What are we talking about? There's a gizmo. Somebody has a gizmo that they press a button and it destroys America. I'm missing lore here, and I am desperate to know what it is.
Destroying parts of America everywhere. It's going to fall back on you. I would not want to be a part of the garbage and the trash and the evil and the hate and the wickedness. You belong to Satan. He's probably getting your meat hook ready in hell with your name on it.
That's psychotic. I'm sorry. That is absolutely psychotic. So she's saying that your punishment for being free thinkers, for not following her exact trajectory, is to effectively live in a situation where you're being tortured in the same way that the Nazis tortured people. That's crazy.
Wow.
Oh, whoa. That was the end, I guess. Whoa. You gotta love this guy. People call him Mr. Blobfish. You know, blobfish don't look like that when they're in the ocean. They look like that because when they come up, it's all depressurized and it just makes a mess out of them. It's actually really sad to find a blobfish that's a total mess like that. So, yeah, it's because it got all messed up and it's definitely going to die now. But this is what it looks like when it's in the ocean. It's actually really pretty. Like a really, really pretty fish normally, you know? But that's him, right? That's him. Dead ringer.
And what they're doing is illegal. Literally illegal, like traitors to
Again, like, who is they?
this country, and they're usually shot. I'm just going to...
Earl Zettelmeyer got my copy of Was Hitler an Atheist? Wow, that's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Yeah, the book I just read. Check it out. Amazon and Audible. OwenMorgan.com for signed copies. You can find it there. Great, factful, historical read. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it.
Literally illegal, like traitors to this country, and they're usually shot. I'm just going to be blunt. You want me to be blunt?
Yeah, as much as you want.
She's saying she wants Democrats to be shot.
Stay be as blunt as you want.
Adamantly told me some of them will not live through this. He's talking about the left, the illegal, not the illegal aliens. I'm talking about the ones who are trying to run this.
Some of them aren't going to live through this. What she's saying is she believes that Trump is going to win the election, and when he wins, he is going to act as the blade of God to cut down his political opponents and kill them. All this talk about Hitler on a meat hook and everything, she's literally describing what Hitler did. I don't know how to make this any clearer. Like, how did she get to this point where she is advocating for Hitler's strategies and is just going right over her head?
They want this world, but this is what they say. This is what the left says. When we get America, we get the world.
The left says that? I've never in my life ever heard anybody say that. Like they're trying to get the world and they're getting America by doing so. Or I'm sorry, like they're trying to get America and then get the world out. Like, what are you talking about? Like some kind of a world domination thing?
People that have been so wicked that I believe personally, inside, that they forfeited their right to life.
Holy shit, bro. This is getting crazier by the second. They're talking about killing people on the left, bro.
And of course, God is in charge of all life, but there are some people that are so wicked that I want, if I heard that they were going to be before a firing squad, I wouldn't rejoice.
Sounds like he would rejoice.
But I would say, Lord, thank you.
You see that eating grin on her face right there? You see that smile? She's smiling while he describes putting people who are on the left in front of a firing squad. Where are their heads? How did they get here?
Stop it. Get some help.
Absolutely nuts.
But I would say, Lord, thank you for removing them from the earth. What's it okay to feel like?
I can tell you right now, Steve, there's a lot of people who would rejoice.
Yeah.
Really?
Her included, presumably, right? Is that what she's implying here? She would rejoice because she's looking to the side, all shifty-eyed, laughing. And of course, she's sin-free in her head. So the fact that she says that she very heavily implied that she fantasizes about people on the left standing in front of a firing squad. The fact that she implied that and also simultaneously believes that she is sin-free means that she thinks that God has sanctioned the killing of the left. Our lives are forfeit in her mind.
Yes, I mean
There was some scripture I'd seen once.
Cities, they've destroyed whole cities already.
Yeah.
What city are you talking about? And did you catch that, him coming in at the end trying to say, well, there's a biblical justification against this.
Scripture I'd seen once.
Cities, they've destroyed whole cities already.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
That's true.
That's true. Oh my God, guys, get your head out of your, please. Anyway, I said that she claims that she does not sin. This is the clip. This is October 15th, 2022.
It isn't that hard to not sin.
It isn't that hard to not sin.
I live sin-free. You'd be surprised how many people want to argue about that.
It's because theologically Jesus is the only sin-free person.
Well, why are you arguing? What's in your soul? Who cares about your wallet? What's in your soul? If you had what's right in your soul, your wallet would be full already, people.
Get help, for real.
Stop it. Get some help.
That's crazy. And you know what's even crazier? She is filthy rich. I mean, she is really famous and really influential and really rich. She has a personal assistant that does her hair for her every day. That's another thing we learned in this live stream that she did. I mean, this is some wild shit right here. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think about it in the comments. She really needs to get some help, for real.
Stop it. Get some help.